People communicated a little differently with each other before the days of Twitter and text. It would still take weeks or months to communicate a message, even with the aid of animals and the usage of organized hand signals. The exchange of thoughts, ideas, and messages using state-of-the-art technologies has gotten simpler over time. This is a review of the history of communication through the years and the ways and instruments which have contributed to connecting us all. And here's how communication has begun since then. Cave paintings. The oldest cave painting was discovered inside Chauvet Cave in France around 30,000 BC. According to theorists, cave paintings were created to mark a territory or to record events. Symbols. Petroglyphs were developed around 10,000 BC. They were carved into the surface of the rock and are commonly referred to as rock art. Ideograms were later produced by ancient cultures. Egyptians developed their own hieroglyphics. Approximately 2000 BC, the alphabet was invented, redefining language and communication. Smoke signals. Apart from letters and symbols, ancient people also rely on elements to communicate. Smoke signals were primarily used in sending messages in China. In 200 BC, guards execute smoke signals to send messages along the Great Wall of China. Carrier pigeons. Pigeons were the principal communicators between military troops over 2,000 years ago for the ancient Romans. Merchants employed pigeons as a postal service, according to naval chaplain Henry Tionge. Postal system. During the ancient period, Egyptians used courier serve to send out decrees in 2400 BC. Newspaper. The German-language publication of Johann Carolus in Strasbourg in 1605 was the first newspaper. These weekly news sheets were filled with information on wars and politics in Italy and Europe. Radio. After print media flourished, radio followed. In the early 20th century, radio broadcasting began. Telegraph. Telegraph communication started after Samuel Morse invented the Morse code, which encoded the ESO basic Latin alphabet. In 1830, Morse integrated the Morse code in telegraphy technology that revolutionized long-distance communication. Telephone. The telegraphy was immediately replaced by the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell, a Scotsman, invented it in 1876. In the 1900s, landline telephone service began. Television. Along with telephones, television started to become a mode of indirect communication to the mass audience. The earliest records of TV broadcasting occurred after the World War II, in which the display was still black and white. Internet. The domain name system became operational in 1983. Tim Berners-Lee, a CERN physicist, developed the World Wide Web in 1991, thereby kicking off the contemporary Internet era. Email. With the onset of the Internet, electronic mails started to become popular. Email has grown in importance as a form of communication. And while it may appear to be a relatively new mode of communication, email has existed for far longer than the majority of people realize. Social media. In the digital era, the current way of communication is through the use of social media platforms. It has grown more accessible as a result of the development of smartphones, which allow for the easy installation of social media applications. It's true that communication went through many stages before becoming as convenient and efficient as it is today. We have a responsibility to use these communication tools sensibly.